Hey, traveler.
Oh, Paimon knows them!
Over here. To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue like this has really made my day.
You can say that again. What brings you to Poisson? Wait, Paimon's got it! You must be here for one of your magic shows, right?
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front, so Father arranged for us to stay in Poisson for the time being.
Oh, are Lynette?
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed Poisson seems a bit more crowded than usual.
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you've run into way more than just a bit of trouble. What's really going on?
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
You scared Paimon half to death!
Father, you're here.
You know... On second thought, maybe we don't need to know? It's all probably super confidential House of the Hearth stuff, right? We totally weren't trying to pry or anything.
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved. I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with us in the past. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of the Hearth. It's an internal matter.
What?
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of the Hearth.
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Hearth. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. I expect I should be able to track down the spirit fairly quickly. After that, it's just a matter of resolving the situation, if you will. It shouldn't be much trouble at all. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. I'm sure the children would be exceedingly pleased to welcome some visitors. Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Of course, Father. It has long been a dream of mine to invite you to our home and introduce you to my other siblings. You're quite well known in the organization already. A lot of people have been talking about you, especially after everything with the prophecy. If you're willing, why don't you stay a while and have a little chat with us?
Alright. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're just gonna be there as guests, okay? Don't get any funny... Oh, wait a second. If we're your guests, that probably means we'll be treated
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring in quite the bounty every day. In fact, today's the perfect chance for me to show you what I can do in the kitchen. Let's go. I'll take you to where we're staying. We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and tidy up a bit. After that, it should be all ready for you to stay in tonight.
Awesome, thanks! So, where are we off?
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, I was actually in the middle of distributing some supplies. With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then. I should probably make sure the rest of these provisions get delivered, otherwise people might start to get antsy.
Okay, we'll come with! There are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating around out there. Paimon's not sure if she could even take a wild guess as to what's true and what's not. But now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house, we can take a good look at how you operate!
Well, you're more than welcome to come along. Just follow me.
Linny! We're finally here. The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
Brought them with me? Yep, here you go. Hello? Something caught your eye?
It's the Traveler and Paimon!
No way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around them all at once. We don't want to scare off our guests now, do we?
Oh, it's all right! Gotta say, Paimon didn't realize we were this famous. Of course! Father and Linny have told us so much about you.
Father told us about how you helped Linny. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend. And as far as she's concerned, that's pretty much the highest compliment we've ever heard her give. As you can imagine, everyone's been very curious about you.
I heard the Traveler is so strong that he can move a mountain with his bare hands. I heard Paimon eats so much that she can clean out the entire pantry at Hotel Tabor in just 3 days. Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, not cool at all! Oh, wait! When guests visit, you're supposed to give them gifts and stuff, right? Oh, we don't need something like that. Besides, we don't have anything to give to you. Come on, we insist. I can give you some of my new potions. Just pick your poison. And by that, I mean medicine or actual poison. I've got both. Huh? Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys about stealth. He's super good at it. He's never been caught.
Ah, now that's not... You usually prefer to fight head-on, but it never hurts to expand your bag of tricks, right? When it comes to eliminating your enemies, staying quiet can go a long way. Trust me, I would know. I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects. So I'm not quite as good as I was before, but I can still give you some pointers.
Wait, when you said gifts, Paimon didn't think you meant poison and stealth tactics. But those are the best things we can give you. You don't like them? Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone who really annoys you, and we'll teach him a lesson for you.
All right, Fold, Selwar. I think that's enough suggestions for now. When it comes to being a good host, it's the thought that counts. You don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, suggestion might make them more annoyed than anything. I would say your enthusiasm has certainly gotten across.
Really? Awesome! It's been so long since we've had guests to play with. If there's anything you need, just let us know. Yeah, especially if it's poison or something. I've got all sorts of potions.
Well, we'll talk to you all later. We've still got supplies to distribute.
All right, see you later.
Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with being part of the House of the Hearth. When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets, just out of curiosity. He was labeled a dangerous problem child and was abandoned by his family. Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but she still tries to test them in secret. You really have to keep an eye on that one. Chaplot is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting intelligence, he handles surveillance. He's very passionate about his work and has no reservations about taking on some very difficult missions. I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions. Things like stealth tactics and developing different poisons, they really mean a lot to them. They were just trying to share the best of what they could offer, that's all. Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these two? Outsiders?
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, you're the famous duo I've been hearing so much about. It's nice to meet you. I heard you've traveled to all sorts of places. Is that true?
Of course! We're making our way all across to that!
Oh, good for you.
You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now, then. Have you seen the new opera that started running recently? I think it's called... The 4,000...
Oh, this is the first we've heard of it.
It seems like it's going to be fantastic. From what I've been able to tell from the posters, anyway. You should definitely check it out if you have the time.
Oh, and there's The Blind Maiden, too. That one is supposed... Seems pretty interesting. After this mission is over, I think I'll go get a manicure.
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair. Wonder how much it'll cost.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much easier to get along with than the others? Looks like the House of the Hearth has some normal members after all.
I heard that.
Oh! Oops.
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others? Yeah, we're definitely not all like them.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure they just can't wait to get back to Snezhnaya to carry out the plan.
That's enough, Filial.
Don't talk about family members behind their back, right? Whatever. Let's go.
Guess this is goodbye then. If you ever have some time, we should go see the opera together.
Well, that's it for the supplies. We should probably head back as well.
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here. You're right. We're only here as guests after all. Oh, Linny's getting super far ahead. Come on, let's catch up.
So, what do you think of the members you've met so far? Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. So if there's one thing we've got, it's people who aren't afraid to speak their mind. Well, I should probably get cooking. Wanna join?
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Huh? Fremine, what are you doing here?
Well...
Hey, nice to see you again!
You too. I heard you're here as guests of House of the Hearth. Welcome.
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen, and I seem to remember you mentioning you wanted to make seafood soup for the traveler in Paimon.
Seafood soup? Oh, Paimon's drooling already.
Were you looking for something just now, Fremine? Maybe I can help.
It's nothing. I just wanted to see if there were any extra supplies.
Yeah, we've got some left over. What do you need?
Some food and water.
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come eat with us. So what's this all about?
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry at night.
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work. Tell me what's going on. Is it really bad enough that you have to keep it from your own brother?
Maybe it'll be better if we gave them some space.
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face. Whatever happened, does it have something to do with Father?
Yes. Just follow me.
You're back!
Hello, my name's Linny. I grew up...
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth. Just, you can call me Clairvy.
Clairvy?
It's nice to meet you. Does that name ring any bells?
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it. What I'm not sure of, though, is how she managed to sneak in. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you were the one that found her, Fremine. You, haven't told Father, have you?
No, I haven't told anyone. I've just been keeping her hidden.
For how long?
About half a month now.
So ever since we got to Poisson, then. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know what I'm doing.
Really? 'Cause from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. If Father finds out about this, everyone involved is going to be punished. You know the rules of the house, Fremine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal. So why are you doing this?
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like that. Linny, don't you remember last year? Chaplot nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison started taking effect, and not a single person was there to help him. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened my eyes, but I couldn't find the source of the voice. I thought maybe I was just hearing things, but that feeling of being haunted, of hearing voices, it's happened many times in the House of the Hearth. I'm sure you've noticed.
So what you're saying is, that was her? She was the one who spoke to you that night?
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth, I don't think there's any other possibility. If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. I would have acted without a second thought, because that's what Father ordered us to do. But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all this time. I think that makes her family. I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not when there's so much we still don't know.
So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone is bound to find out eventually.
I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want to disobey an order from Father, but I also don't want to put Clairvy in danger.
Come with me. There are a couple things I'd like to say to you in private.
Those two sure care a lot about each other. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it sure seemed like they were about to bite each other's heads off.
No way! They have a really deep bond. I could tell right away, because I also have a friend like that. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
I'm sorry, Linny. I really didn't mean to drag anyone else into this.
Oh, really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I, for one, wish you did.
Huh?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother, just like Lynette. We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by Father. Of all the siblings in the House of the Hearth, I think our bond was the closest. Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend on each other to survive long before we joined the house.
Linny,
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, Fremine, we've stood by each other for all these years now, and to me, that means you and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you. So I won't let you face anything alone.
Oh, looks like things are getting kinda heated between Lynn.
Oh, it's raining. I should put my clothes away.
Hey, you two! Hope we aren't interrupting anything. Like a fight, or... Oh, wait a minute, Fremine. You're not crying, are you? Is everything alright?
everything's fine. Thanks for asking.
Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through so much together, so if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word.
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with. In fact, it might be better if your stay ended here.
What are you getting at, Traveler?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? I just... Thank you. I was really hoping to keep you out of it. But even if I could think of some other reason to turn you away, I'm not sure I could convince you. I know things could turn dangerous, so I promise you this. From now on, I'll protect you like my life depends on it.
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing Clairvy over to Father, then our only other option is to solve the mystery of her identity before Father is able to track her down. That means finding out where she came from and what she's doing here. Then we can send her on her merry way and pretend like none of this ever happened.
I've tried that already.
And?
And... nothing. I tried taking her somewhere really far away, but... after some time, she just reappeared. She even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like wherever the house is, she follows.
I don't know much about spirits. Do you two have any ideas?
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like, if you fulfill a spirit's last wish before they died, they'll let go of whatever is keeping them here and return to the ley lines. Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that, so it's not guaranteed to work or anything.
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about her wish. But first, Fremine, I need you to promise me something.
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're the masterminds behind this whole thing. No one else gets involved. Can you...
Of course. I promise.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I swear.
Whoa!
Lynette!
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister? And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Fremine. You 3, Traveler. And you 4, Paimon.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I figured she must not have come with us. But it turns out you were just hiding her. I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully join in. If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back to Father. Simple as that.
You're not giving us much wiggle room here, Lynette. Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clairvy, we'll figure out our next move. There's no time to lose. Let's go.
She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
That's right. Based on what I've been able to observe, it doesn't seem like Clairvy can interact with the physical world at all. Still, when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around it for a good little while. Maybe, in her mind, she really is eating those things.
Does she know that she has already passed away?
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer. My guess is that she's just as confused as we are. Or maybe she couldn't understand the question at all.
Clairvy, if you've got some time, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hi.
Hello.
Clairvy, how did you join the House of the Hearth?
Huh? Isn't it the same for everybody? The knave brings you here and then you can't leave.
It's just that your name, it's not on the roster. And I've never seen you before.
The roster? Oh, I get it now. I think there might be some things you don't know about this place. The people in charge, they're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete. There are a lot of people who aren't on it, and never will be. In this house, some people are family, and other people are just test subjects. Those kinds of people aren't ever going to get a place on the roster. Unless it's the roster of people who've been executed.
Wait, does that mean the knave... She...
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry. She's my best friend. She's the only one I trust in this place.
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy, Perry, but it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, or this kid's already got a bag of tricks bigger than mine. Maybe we should try a different approach. Clairvy, do you have a wish?
A wish?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine, it's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and your wish is...
To go outside, where the sun can find me.
That's... it? Well, that sounds easy enough.
The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. Listen up, I've got a plan. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside and bring her somewhere with sunlight. Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was talking about, and see if her name is on it. Fremine, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clairvy. I need you to collect intel on everything she's said and done.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a family matter. I don't want... Let me think. Since Father considers you to be guests, maybe you could stick by her side for a little while.
Ah, Paimon gets it. You want us to...
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking, and it'll alert me that something's wrong. Of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, there's no need to make contact. We'll reconvene here tonight after all's said and done. If the worst-case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. We're not going to let our guests get punished for our own actions. That's where we draw the line. You too. Okay, this is where we part. Father should be at the beach nearby. I really hope this goes well. No, it has to go well. That's the only way this can get resolved.
It's the knave! And... child! Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are you still doing in Fontaine?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Snezhnaya. I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I mustered up all my strength and made the journey back on my own.
What sort of unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left. I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her down. She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine.
Oh, okay, so have you found any clues?
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to escape our purview.
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting better first.
The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. Pain and chills all over. But they really did help speed up my recovery. And that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrader's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fontaine for a little longer. Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better.
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But I also have a role to play in all this. Besides, considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries.
One I could do without, I'd say.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth, to what do I owe the visit?
Right! We're super close.
Is that so? Introductions have already been made, have...
You see?
Good question. I'd also like to know.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite...
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
Wait, don't go!
I've met some of the members of... Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? At least, that's what I heard. Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean.
Wait, did you really...
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say. Care to...
Well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth, and even going so far to attack your own family.
I see.
Oh, based on your reaction, I'm guessing it's all a bunch of lies.
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase, but I suppose he didn't say anything untrue. Although, it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved, but I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Call yourself a Fontainian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things when the...
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then, why did you try to help out with the prophecy and everything?
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontainian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontainian of having any ulterior motives. Who wouldn't want to save their homeland, after all? The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I was holding on to some prejudices myself.
Good. Like I said, I like it when others have misconceptions of me.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, there was something else that really caught my attention. I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down. Seems pretty cool if you ask me. Would also give them plenty of opportunities to hone their skills.
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so friendly. The losing party would lose everything.
They were that high stakes? Whew, at least that's not a thing anymore.
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many family members around you, and you even get to live with them.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusser enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll understand. Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, while Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
Okay. I get the picture. Well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going. Traveler, Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and find some time to spar.
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look less like you're gonna keel over.
All right. Well, thanks for everything, Arlecchino.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would say we can call ourselves even.
I like the sound of that. Well, I'm off. See you all some other time.
We should probably get going too. Do you want to head back with us?
Oh? You want me?
Oh, well, you see,
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. I have apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please, forgive.
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, do you? Oh, I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went. Everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clairvy can't go into the sunlight. Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around, and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... Well, we could always try pushing her into it. Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back here. How did it go with you?
Good. I've got the list. It's...
Really? Well, what do we... Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade. Oh, yikes. That are rare.
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an
Did...
Well, I asked if there was someone he was... It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked.
Wait, so that...
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of the house. Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising. It doesn't seem like this list is complete. It only can... Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything out? Fremine...
Sorry. I was thinking about something. I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house was a little... strange.
Strange?
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past, times when people haven't gotten along. Chaplot and Filiol are a good...
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different vibes and their, interests.
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here. As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people, that's an identity they never asked for. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But people like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision. They're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filiol and Nantoy, on the other hand, well...
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like Father is in the dark about any of this.
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things... I can't say for sure, but I think they've met...
You think she's been inciting them to act out?
No, not exactly. But she's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children. People being used as pawns on the battlefield without so much as the strength to survive.
And they just believed all that? Without any evidence?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is secondary.
This is all...
Whoa. Hold on a second. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh? This is the second time it's come up now.
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have been working on together. Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui's strategic plan for the future. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuja.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been funneling the house a lot of funding. It's just that... we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan, it's an honor in name only. What they're really trying to do is subdue us. The existence of an intelligence organization outside their control makes them feel uneasy.
Super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all of this have to do with the conflicts you...
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying, and that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions. I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to normal, but it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filiol and the others to their own devices, soon.
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't do any good. It might even... Well, it's getting late. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm always looking for... She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... Ooh, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler? Trustees... Look! Look over there! Quick! Let's catch up with her before anyone sees... Over there! Oh, where is she going? Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast! Oh, look! She stopped! Clairvy!
Shh! I opened the window while no one was looking. Look how pretty the outside is. If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this...
Please, help us
Sure. Everyone in this family is nothing. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value. You're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death.
You're saying the knave did all that? It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scared.
I knew you. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother.
Mother?
But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand.
Perry. Also, Paimon, it almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she... Well, in any case, it seems she looks so young.
It's good. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? Perry and I promised each other, but I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me. What should I...
I'm on really... Well, let's head back. We've...
All right, looks like we're all here.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you ask that?
Well, we met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous. and he's done all sorts of...
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealing. We're not really on the same side. So I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, Father rejected most of his
Secret experiment? Could that be what Clairvy was talking about?
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the case. I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I am...
Alright, that's good to hear. Clairvy seems to think the Knave and the Doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon doesn't know how he would even face you guys. It's just that it doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying either. The easiest thing to do would be just ask the Knave directly, but...
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. Lynette, you're with me. Fremen... All right.
Ah, it's you two again. Perhaps if you had less on your... So what are you planning to do now? Although I must profess to being curious.
Us? Distract...
Looks like you... Don't worry.
The ocean breeze is...
Children always think they... Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do...
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a... Oh, good idea. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what... Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting.
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, I'm glad to see you get along with my children.
You're not...
I assume you're referring to... Although, there's that... No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray...
Does that mean you're going to kill...
Oh. Are you here to beg for their lives?
But don't you care about them at all? They really...
Any organization in... Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremen... As for Filial, Nantoy, and the others... I'm afraid there's little I can do.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, if their efforts are unsuccessful on the other... Of course. Oh, and here, I believe it takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all that I asked you to meet. Well, time to go. It's been a while, I must say.
It is only right that although if I may speak plain, I see you've brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense,
I heard you have a certain fondness. A family is like a law. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination.
Did you get any of that?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's drained of all impurities and...
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you...
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my force and, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could...
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case...
My thanks for your generosity. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of...
Indeed. I trust...
All right, Traveler Paimon.
I believe I've told you before that my emotions easily Yet in the few meetings I've had with that Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of... It's unclear whether this is... I do not expect an explanation as to why you two are by her side. Whatever your reasoning, I would only advise you to take caution.
What exactly were you talking? Paimon only heard...
You really want to know?
Winnie, Paimon really hopes everything... Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't...
Oh, shoot. Are you... Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on... well...
Oh, you don't have to...
Please. It's my fault.
What's going on here?
Nothing much.
I just ran into your...
Hold on.
Of course,
I'll take 3 papers.
Oh! If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should...
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson.
Actually, Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to...
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our... That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite...
Wait.
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent. The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something wonderful. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem...
Okay.
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. No one comes here anymore. No, it was before I became a Harbinger. And before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the... Crucibina was the name. Clairvy was happy here. For a time.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children. It's difficult to estimate. They would be handed over to...
So those were the experiments You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the house. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age, who knew the...
Wait! The
friend, huh? Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person. Her cold-blooded nature, despite their differences, there may have been a certain... even with her body.
Oh no.
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. It was during this time that Peruware suggested a new plan. Clairvy rejected that. Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruware could see it written all if she couldn't escape, and precisely. It happened during a duel. From that moment, it was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would...
Crucibini?
Correct. This is the place where Peruware killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place, the moment she acted. Any conception of what was right, Peruware won.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you.
I left that name behind after I defeated... And that is where the story ends.
Yeah. Based on what you just told us.
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of... You see, a certain power runs through my veins, of course. The chances of those shadows... Clairvy died when she was 16 years old. But memory is a mysterious...
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling.
Perhaps I should put it this way.
So if all of that is true, then you...
Indeed. She's a rather volatile, but other times, shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes? But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate...
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another... So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to...
It's too late for that. She broke... I hope you understand.
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a...
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs. Anger makes you... Well, I do believe I've kept my end of the deal.
Here they are, Father.
Oh, you gonna execute him? Lenny!
I'm sorry, but I still failed. I couldn't find a...
Huh? Are you...
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Harry!
Shh, stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first I believe certain scores need settled.
Father, let me...
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that. Overall, however, I suppose you're...
By traitors?
Father, let me explain. We didn't...
Faults.
Yes, Father. Secret midnight meeting. Nandoi clearly... Sato added. Filial was the worst of them all.
I did not! You're...
It's not like I'm the... Whirper!
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you? And you, Sheplo?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die.
Liar.
We all live in the House of the Hearth. A single betrayal can cause... That's why the House of the Hearth cannot touch...
You've been
Filial, I owe you both my life. If this were any other situation...
Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake. And we should own up to it. I'm sorry, Sheplo.
Sheplo, according to the rules of the...
All those who betray the...
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say?
Please, we all come from broke, but the truth is... None of us know what a real home should... I'm not saying I have all the... So please, Father...
I agree with Linny.
Father, please.
Linny...
I also agree with Lynn.
An order once given. However...
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules, however... Resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a...
Impossible. Father is...
Did you hear that, Traveler? Len and the others have to duel the knave. If they lose, those people...
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye?
Anger makes you impulsive.
Oh. Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this.
When guests are around, families are often on their...
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less.
Many happy returns!
With these rising flames!
Now's our chance!
Closer now!
Here comes the finale!
With these rising flames!
The tides beckon.
What pitiful attacks!
You alright?
I thought I taught you better.
Now disappear!
Spare your energy.
Bow your
Running
head.
is of little use.
Try to pace yourself!
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall
down.
rise. Have a taste of purgatory. Spare your energy. Running is of...
Now's our chance! Magic kiss!
Be sanctified. Silence!
Father's even stronger than I expected.
Let's get this show on the road!
With these rising flames!
An oversight on my part.
I really have to draw my blade.
Settle down!
Mighty mythical beast!
With these rising flames!
Voila!
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all. It's my turn now. Not bad.
The tides
You've
beckon.
proven to
Over
be a
here.
worthy opponent after
Bow your head.
My blade is all that remains.
Step right up!
Make way for the Adeptus! Got him! Yeah!
Settle down!
And voila! A round of applause!
Quick! Drop! Countess.
Now's our chance!
Over here!
The sun and moon have set. Only you remains. All hope has been extinguished.
Settle down!
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
Let the mighty be humbled!
Your punishment made manifest.
Justice is blindsided.
Now's our chance!
Over here!
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know. No! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Father, no!
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon? I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe we can end things here. It's not... Brother...
Lenny!
Given that I am the victor of this duel.
No!
I never thought things would...
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for.
Wonderful. Then...
Bottled flame?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across if you can withstand the pain. In other words, administering this concoction. Memory is a mysterious...
So, you're just...
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die.
Even so, I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow...
Of course.
Dry your tears.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, I prepared 3 extra... Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, thank you for all you've done for...
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Linny.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? You really are Perry, aren't you? Wait.
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little! Huh? That's it?
Yep. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens. Can you tell me about...
You never stopped trying to defy. At first, no one. Later on, you tried. Still, you never gave up. Mother. But you called on You tried everything for the last 6...
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really... But somehow, I still think I understand. According to... If I could do it all over again, I still don't think
Is that so? But as the head, it's something I discussed, of course.
That's more than an... You know, Perry? I think I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless...
Really?
Of course!
You know, playing the lute was... I was always too... But at the... If I had some more... It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother? She probably... Those yoke... I once saw a drum...
Oh, sounds like you're... The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and...
Oh, no.
Don't worry. We were able to turn the situation around.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information... Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, By my authority as the knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Harroware. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon.
I also have certain sentiments left on. I wanted to tell her, but a shadow's whatever regrets.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's...
Father, the bottled flame.
And you?
Thank you for giving us that Lynette and Fremine feel the same.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I must admit, I'm rather surprised. You're brave. You would do anything.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero? Father is the real hero. Had Father gone, I'm not deserving.
You're wrong. In my opinion, we may have different, even without that.
Father.
No one knows what if reaching a certain standard were required. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their conviction.
I understand.
Children must grow up. The road ahead is not an...
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Protecting my...
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be... Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spy. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go. As for the two of you, no matter how arduous the journey ahead.
Lynette and Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Bouffe d'été? Oh, Paimon wonders how they're doing. Fremine?
Much better.
Whew,
What about you? Are you...
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the... Oh! Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to...
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crucibina and Clairvy.
Wait, what?
Crucibina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way. When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina and burned all her files.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never met...
Yeah, really? The last time you talked to her...
She said she didn't want us to be the Foundation, and that's what Father told.
But I still thanked her for... If Father hadn't taken over the house...
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us, but even if we didn't owe her anything, we may have arguments or...
Whether the path before us... So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make...
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Of course.
Our filial...
I actually saw them. They didn't recognize me. They seemed happy.